It's just pulling everything down.
Yeah.
How to safely wash your car and polish it, maybe for the first time.
Exactly. Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. Today, we have a dirty car.
This thing is nasty.
Yeah, so this has been following our bus for a couple thousand miles now, through rain, through gravel roads, through construction, all sorts of fun stuff. So this is what it looks like. It's real world. This is a car that's 10 years old. It gets abused, it gets used, it rarely gets cleaned.
There are so many details and variables when it comes to polishing your vehicle.
Right.
Ivan is the guy who's gonna break it down in a simple way. So first, what we wanna tell you is this. We're gonna show you how to safely wash a nasty vehicle. Then we're gonna show you how to prepare it for a polish. You're gonna show us how to polish it.
Yeah.
And how do you reduce the level of intimidation for folks out there who don't know where to start?
One of the things that people ask is, do I pressure wash first? Do I foam cannon first? Do I use a rinseless pre-rinse first? And my preference is the rinseless pre-rinse. But we're gonna be doing one panel just with the pressure washer and another panel with the foam cannon, and then seeing if there actually is a difference. So we're actually gonna let it air dry, which is something that a lot of people don't think to do. A lot of people, they foam cannon the vehicle, and then 30 seconds later, they're on it with a mitt. They don't know whether the foam cannon actually did anything.
Because it looks good and they saw it on YouTube. That's why they're doing it.
Exactly. So we're gonna be showing that just the pressure washer does one thing, and the pressure washer with the foam cannon might do another thing. We're only gonna be doing the driver's door with the foam, and then we'll be doing the test pressure washer versus foam. So here we go. So Incredible Suds is doing its thing. It's getting that dirt off, and we can actually see the dirt being lifted off the vehicle. Next, we're gonna be pressure washing the whole side of the vehicle. Then we're gonna air dry to show you what the Incredible Suds actually did.
Let's go for it.
Should I pressure wash Nick? No.
He already incredible suds me.
Yeah.
Okay, Ivan, this panel looks way better than that one. What the heck just happened here?
So we used the foam cannon, we used Incredible Suds on this panel, and just the pressure washer here. So yeah, the pressure washer got some of it off, but the Incredible Suds isn't pH neutral. Now a lot of people, they're looking for a pH neutral soap. We're close to pH neutral. We're at 8, 8.5. pH neutral is 7, 7.3, somewhere in there.
The higher you go, the more alkaline. The lower you go, the more acidic.
Correct.
But basically people are looking for pH neutral. They're worried it's gonna strip their wax or their coating.
Yeah, and it's not. So Incredible Suds at 8.5 at worst case scenario is not gonna be stripping your wax, is not gonna be affecting your coating, your ceramic gloss, your quick beads. No need to worry. But what it is doing, and we saw it in the, Nick got a few close-up shots there, it's actually grabbing the dirt and driving it down in those suds. So Incredible Suds is a good pre-cleaner, as well as being a great soap.
Way better than water.
Yeah, so the pressure washer did its thing. Yes, it actually got a lot off, but you can visibly see a difference. But now we're gonna foam it all again and do a contact wash.
You got some incredible suds in my eye the last time we foamed, I think. That's what I'm
Well, you'll be
scratching
foaming
my
this
eye.
time. So
Oh, I get to foam this time.
we'll get you foam cannoning.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna put incredible suds in the bucket.
Exactly. How much are you gonna put in, Nick?
I'm gonna eyeball test it.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Ivan's here. I'll do 2 capfuls. 1 ounce in the foam cannon, 1 ounce in the bucket. Why not?
Actually, you want a little more than an ounce. We have 4 gallons of water, so 2 ounces is an appropriate thing. Now,
I was just gonna people at home are gonna eyeball it.
I
We
know they
this.
are. And speaking of at home and dilution ratios and stuff, we've mentioned it before, but we made a mistake on the label of Incredible Suds. 1 ounce in your foam cannon is more than enough, and 1/2 ounce per gallon in your bucket, again, more than enough. Now, Nick has dumped all of this into the wash mitt instead of in the water, as you can see. So.
Oh, is that why the wash mitt got really blue and purple?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that makes it more fun. We're going to pressure wash this bad boy.
Right, and we're using a turbo nozzle on the pressure washer. That is going to build suds like crazy. I think we have suds.
We've got it. Some might say incredible suds.
You want to keep soap away from a fabric top when possible.
You get washing, I'll get brushing.
And with the contact wash, what we're trying to accomplish is cleaning the car. So we don't want to apply any pressure to the mitt. And wait, we don't have a rinse bucket. Yes, we don't. Since we've pressure washed this before, we've foamed it, we've done all that, we don't have that much accumulation on it, and we are going to be polishing the car. So we don't need to overthink this.
Any specific car washing techniques, Ivan?
Top to bottom. No pressure. Making sure your mitt stays clean. And one thing that we're going to be doing a little differently is we're not going to be using a drying aid. And the reason we're not going to be using a drying aid is we are going to be polishing the car. And since we're polishing the car and putting ceramic coating on it, we don't want interference with the ceramic coating. And quick beads or ceramic gloss would definitely interfere with the ceramic coating.
I'm just amazed at how much incredible suds can do for your wheel cleaning, just with a pre-treat.
Yep.
All the gunk that I'm seeing come out of the barrels here.
And admittedly, the wheels were not exactly clean. Now, one question we often get is, do I put cold water, warm water, hot water in the bucket? You put water that's comfortable for you to use. Now, we're going to be doing the other half of the car with the rinseless, just to show you that you can do it either way, whichever you prefer. But we'll let Nick finish with the wheels, and then we'll hit it with the turbo nozzle. We're introducing Nick to the turbo nozzle.
Okay, what do I need to know about this thing?
Enjoy. Next step is decontamination. Now we're going to be polishing, we're going to be coating the vehicle. We want it to be completely decontaminated. And the best way of doing that is the clay towel.
People have been loving the clay towel. They're asking a lot of questions about it. We're going to make a video on how to use this up above. But essentially, fold it into fours, one side per panel.
Yeah, and in most of our videos, we've been using the clay towel with rinseless wash. Well, you can use it with incredible suds as well.
Nice. Okay, so is the lubrication going to change with a soap versus a rinseless? Because you know people are going to ask that.
Well, actually, the lubrication, most of it is coming from our iron remover.
And once you've dunked this in there, you're not going to dunk it back in. So you're going to use one side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides.
Right.
Then rinse it out.
Yeah, and if you want, you can put it back in there, but you won't be using that bucket again to clean your car.
Because once you have the soap and the decon, the iron remover, it just gets kind of smelly.
Exactly. So basically at the end of the job, you're done with a bucket of soap anyway. So yes, you can dunk it in there as often as you'd like.
I was a guilty offender. I dunked all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. The iron remover, we're going to spray a little bit on our towel and a little bit on the panel, just to act as lubrication. Now we didn't dry the car, so it's still wet. And we can actually hear the contamination on this vehicle. I think the last time this got clayed Everyone was wearing masks.
It's been a while. Can
Yeah.
I grab that decon from you? Iron remover.
Iron remover, decontamination, however you want to put it.
What I love about the rinseless method, and I know we're using soap, is when you have your panel wet with rinseless, you have the extra lubrication from our rinseless wash.
Exactly.
So there's no bad way to do this. It's
No.
just really fun with rinseless because we did a video recently where it's like you can clay your vehicle with a rinseless wash.
Yeah, and you know, we're doing the mirrors, we're doing the glass, we're doing the piano black trim. We're not worried. The iron remover combined with the perforated clay towel gives you a very safe claying experience.
And one thing you say over and over again, and I've learned from experience, no pressure with that clay towel.
The less pressure you use, the better it's going to work.
Why is that?
It's designed to work that way. You know, I'm the one who designed these perforated clay towels many years ago. And with traditional clay, a traditional clay bar, it's a lot of work. You have this little bar that you have to keep folding and kneading and doing all sorts of weird stuff too. And if you do this, you have to throw it away. We don't have to throw it away. With a clay towel, you rinse it off, make sure it's clean, and we're good to go.
And what I've noticed is you can hear the contamination and then it will slowly go away and you'll slowly start to feel it smooth out as well. So once
Exactly.
you get a feel for the clay towel, it becomes very intuitive.
Yeah, and once you get that feeling that you're not claying anymore, you're not removing anything, you can stop. You don't need to go any further.
Why clay before polishing?
We're removing all the contamination. And if you leave that contamination on the surface, it's a really weird experience. You're gonna polish the car, it's gonna look really shiny, it's gonna look beautiful. You're gonna touch it, it's still gonna feel like sandpaper. So you need that claying. And the other thing is, it helps reduce the incidence of swirls when you're polishing, because now you're not moving that dirt around, you're not getting extra abrasives.
So many questions coming in about the clay towel versus a clay bar.
Right. Now, a clay bar is going to actually give you better decontamination in terms of how much contamination it's removing from the surface. The clay towel, 90%, 95%. If you're good and you have using the iron remover, you're going to get a lot of it off. The clay bar will definitely get more off, but the clay bar is also going to mar your vehicle. It's going to scratch it. It's going to do all sorts of things that you don't want it to be doing. Now, if you're going to be polishing afterwards, if you're going to be doing a heavy paint correction, sure, go for it. If you have heavy overspray, this is not enough. You need the clay bar. But for general maintenance, claying before polishing, this is all we ever need.
Oh, and absolutely. And also, for someone who's never done this before, the clay towel is the perfect option.
Yeah.
If they've never polished their vehicle before, if they've never clayed, just err on the side of least aggressive, and
Right.
you're going to be so happy.
And now, we get to rinse it again.
So now we dry, Ivan.
Yeah, so now we're drying, and we're not really concerned about getting the perfect dry because we're going to be polishing. Our polish is a water-based formula, so if you have a little drip coming out here and there, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, when you're polishing, it gives you an excuse to maybe not do everything absolutely perfectly on the drying side, just because you're about to use some form of abrasion to improve the appearance of your paint, and it should pick up anything that you may have missed or left behind. Does that make any sense, or am I just rambling? Okay.
The only thing that I'm concerned about drying properly is windows, because I don't want to have to clean them again. There we go. So now we have half the car washed, prepped, dried, everything. We're going to do the other half with rinseless. So we're going to flip the car around, and you get to start the whole process over again. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, please leave them below.